Moses is fighting in December. We'll be announcing an opponent, I hope, within the next week, 10 days, and that'll be in Manchester in December.
Or he might knock him out. I don't know. But I, personally, at 20, you know, you got to get it right. And Frank, like I said, Frank knows what he's doing. And I think I'd be very surprised if they took that kind of test. Yeah. I mean, they're talking now about Jermaine Franklin. I mean, that's so far from Alexander Usyk, you know. But I don't think there's any rush.
Out of curiosity, Sam Jones was kind of saying, look, if I'm managing Moses Itauma and the offer gets put to me, it's what His Excellency wants to see.
You know what? You don't want to rush him. You want to take it easy. You want to take it slow. Don't rush him. Let him enjoy. He's still 20 years old. Let him get to 22, 23 years old. That's then you start putting him in with the top names in boxing, like the Usyks and like the Wilders or even the Joshuas and the Furies. At the moment, I think you should keep on building him. Let him keep on winning like this. I mean, if he...
A couple of things we've added, but on the fight night, you'll see if them come to fruition. Right now, it's the hard work, the grind in the gym, the everyday sort of work, and just keeping on top of it is what I'm doing right now.
When is he ready? I think he could beat most heavyweights in the world, with the exception possibly of Usyk and maybe Dubois, possibly AJ. Of the top 3 or 4, he's not ready for them yet. Could he beat?
Boxing Pros' stunned reactions after hearing Itauma versus Dubois show exactly why this fight has captured attention. Moses, unbeaten in his first professional outings, has already proven his maturity inside the ropes. Dubois, despite 23 wins and 2 losses, carries doubts about mental toughness.
It is tough to guess, but I have a feeling that the experience of Usyk can be decide in this fight.
And soon after, Frank Warren himself confirmed what fans had been waiting to hear. The fight is officially on. Boxing insiders stunned as Frank Warren officially confirmed Itauma versus Dubois. Itauma, flawless in his unbeaten streak, is climbing with frightening speed. Dubois, 23 wins with 22 knockouts, but 2 crushing defeats, knows December is do or die. This isn't hype, it's legacy at stake.
Versus Daniel Dubois, I mean, that's a cracking fight down the line, isn't it?
Fight down the line. Yeah. All these Brits are. You know, listen, I mean, look, we're blessed in there. I think we've got about 5 Brits in the top 10.
And even veteran voices like Duke McKenzie highlighted just how far the intrigue stretches. Fans shocked at how 3 generations are tuning into Itauma versus Dubois. McKenzie's words show its reach. Youth inspired by Itauma's fearless unbeaten rise. Older fans measuring Dubois against his 23. It's not just a fight, it's the heavyweight story of now and next.
No dads, let's get that right. However, the intrigue that surrounds this fight, I've got young kids in my gym that are going to be tuning into this
3
fight.
generations are going to watch it, aren't they? That's what's great.
They're so excited about it.
And at the center of it all, Itauma himself stays calm, grounded, and focused. Boxing Pros stunned at Itauma's composure. Despite hype, he shrugs it off. Unbeaten, young, and already praised as the future, Moses remains grounded. Compare that to Dubois, who still fights to repair the scars of 2 brutal losses on his 23-2 record. Calm versus fragile, that's the contract.
I mean, everybody expected me to do it, so what are you going to do?
Are you expecting over the next few days everything to change?
No, I'm still going to be the same me.
I saw a nice little post of you at Greenacre. You went back to your old school.
I mean, life's good, man. God is great.
And then Derek Chisora laid it out bluntly, warning just how slim Dubois' chances really are. Boxing World reacts with laughter to Chisora's blunt truth. He points out that Itauma has youth, sharpness, and elite coaching on his side. Dubois may carry raw knockout power, but that alone won't solve the puzzle of Moses' speed and discipline. Chisora's lottery comparison captures the gap. Daniel has a puncher's chance, but Moses controls every other aspect of the fight.
A guy who's 24 years old, who's got his always faculties right, getting trained by one of the best trainers in the United Kingdom, and then mate, it's like you got more chance of winning the lottery than you beating that Moses Itauma. Let's be honest about it. Yeah. So if you play the lottery today, probably win.
Johnny Nelson's assessment highlights something often overlooked: mentality. Dubois' technical skills aren't the problem. It's his lack of independence and self-belief that stall his growth. Compare that with Itauma, who at a much younger age already shows maturity, confidence, and the ability to handle spotlight pressure. In boxing, talent without mindset falls short, and Nelson suggests Daniel is trapped by outside influence. Itauma's freedom and clarity make him dangerous, while Dubois seems held back before the bell even rings.
But when you get to elite level, you can't get away with it. I don't think Daniel has the capability, strength in regards to talking to his dad or standing up to his dad or standing up to that setup. I don't think he has the strength to do that, and which is why it will always hold him back. You got to look. This is personal business, so I don't know the ins and outs of it. Caroline, she, as far as I know, she doesn't work with her dad. There must be a reason for that.
And that's where Adam Smith steps in, breaking down Moses's actual ring craft and why he's so hard to handle. Adam Smith nails why Itauma is terrifying: his feet and distance management. At just 19, he's already showing skills veterans spend years mastering: quick movement, sharp counters, and the ability to force opponents into mistakes create a nightmare scenario. Dubois relies heavily on straightforward power punching. When faced with opponents who move, he looks uncomfortable and predictable. Smith's puzzle line is spot on. Moses makes fighters overcommit or freeze, and both outcomes end badly. It's not brute strength that wins at the top, it's control of rhythm and space. Moses owns both, while Dubois still searches for answers.
The problem with Moses is that his feet and his distance and his range is so good, and he's so quick that if you commit to the punches, you're going to get countered. And if you don't, you're going to get backed up and taken out. So it's a real puzzle. There's not many heavyweights that are southpaws. Obviously, Alexander Usyk is, but he's moved up into that.
Moses shows maturity with his honesty here. He respects Dubois' ability in sparring, calling it tricky, but sparring isn't fighting. Dubois may look sharp behind closed doors, yet under lights his flaws resurface: fragile resolve, limited adaptability, and predictable rhythm. Itauma, recognizing the difficulty, only highlights how serious he is about preparation. That's the difference. Moses studies and adapts. Dubois hopes his power bails him out. Styles make fights, sums it up. Dubois' style suits Moses perfectly, because youth, speed, and composure neutralize raw strength. Itauma isn't underestimating, but he knows when the real bell rings, Dubois cracks first.
Daniel Dubois, how are you getting on with Daniel, by the way? Do you even speak much? Like, how's it go?
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually surprised. He's completely different to what he portrays, like what people think he actually is. Like, no, I was surprised, but yeah, no, training with Dubois it's been good. Obviously in that high altitude in Spain as well. Yeah, I can't really ask for a better prep camp.
I think it was in that George Groves podcast, you talked about maybe your most difficult spot has been Daniel Dubois, because he's not like a plodder, he moves.
Yeah, no, it's literally styles makes fights, doesn't it? Yeah. And I think Dubois, his style is one of my trickiest. So yeah, it gels well.
And boxing voices like Carl Frampton echo that sentiment, praising Dubois' improvement, but doubting his ability to handle true brilliance. Carl Frampton offers balanced perspective, acknowledging Dubois' progress, but stressing limitations. Yes, Daniel looks improved and more dangerous, but better doesn't erase a tendency to crumble under elite pressure. Against Joyce, he quit. Against Usyk, he folded again. Those scars don't heal easily. Moses, meanwhile, is described as a genius by seasoned observers, not just because of raw power, but his composure, footwork, and mindset. Frampton's honesty reflects the wider boxing world. Respect Dubois' power, but back against him when brilliance stands in front of him. Moses is already walking the path of greatness, while Daniel still tries to outrun past failure.
Dubois is certainly a much more dangerous fighter than he was, so he does have a chance to win the fight, but in saying that, I've backed against Usyk a couple of times, and specifically the Fury.
Tony Bellew highlights a point many critics lean on: Moses' size, but his statement immediately flips the narrative. Size means nothing when you have skill, heart, and intelligence. Usyk proved this by outclassing Joshua, Gassiev, and a parade of bigger men who thought brute strength would be enough. Moses, though younger and less experienced, has shown similar tendencies, using speed, reflexes, and balance to offset any physical disadvantage. Dubois might boast a heavier frame and raw punching power, but history shows when his strength is neutralized, he runs out of answers. Bello admitting Itauma may not be as technical as Usyk is fair, but what Moses already brings, youthful hunger, fearlessness, and ring composure is enough to cause nightmares. He doesn't need to be Usyk, he just needs to be himself, a 19-year-old prodigy ready to bend the heavyweight rules. Bello calling him the future of the division is more than praise, it's a warning to Dubois that he's stepping into the ring with destiny.
The only thing that I worry about with Moses is the size, but ultimately, as we've seen now, size becomes irrelevant because look what Alexander Usyk's done. This guy's gone out and beaten everyone, including me. He's exceptional. So I don't think Moses is going to be as technically as good as Alexander Usyk, but he's the next in line. I think he's the future of the heavyweight division. I think he's an outstanding talent.
Bello's warning paints a dramatic picture. Moses being thrown to the wolves. But let's unpack it. Who exactly are the wolves? Dubois? A fighter who crumbled against Joe Joyce and couldn't survive Usyk's pressure? If that's the bar, then Moses isn't being thrown to the wolves. He's walking into a fight tailor-made to showcase his strengths. Dubois has knockout power, yes, but his weaknesses are well documented. Limited head movement, shaky defense, and mental fragility when things get tough. Moses, despite his age, carries maturity, composure, and tactical adaptability far beyond his years. He doesn't panic, he doesn't rush, he dismantles. Bello's instincts come from care for a young fighter, but what he overlooks is that Itauma isn't like every other fighter. He's not a prospect slowly learning, he's a phenom rewriting the rules of development. For Dubois, this is high risk. For Moses, it's opportunity. The wolves may think they're circling a cube, but in truth, a young lion is ready to tear through them.
I think that's a dreadful fight for Moses Itauma. I just think to throw this kid into the wolves at this stage so early in his career, I just don't get what for. He's a young man, let him develop the same as every other fighter, let him learn his trade.
Daniel Dubois sounds eager, but his words lack the conviction of a man truly ready for what's coming. Saying it's gonna be a good fight feels generic when the reality is far harsher. Dubois has been here before. Big fights, big talk, then broken under pressure. Against Joyce, his eye gave way. Against Usyk, his spirit cracked. That pattern cannot be ignored. Moses Itauma, on the other hand, carries an energy that doesn't need exaggeration. His unbeaten rise, his calm under hype, and his frightening technical maturity all point to someone who thrives when the lights shine brightest. Dubois frames this fight as an opportunity to come back, but that reveals desperation. It's not about legacy, it's about survival. For Moses, this is the defining leap from prodigy to proven contender. For Dubois, it's one last gamble to silence doubters. When the bell rings, power alone won't be enough. Itauma's precision, discipline, and composure will test Dubois in ways words cannot prepare him for.
So, Daniel, you're in the office for a meeting. Is there some fight news coming soon?
Yeah, big news announcing soon, so, you know, I'll let these guys talk about it, but I'm going to be well up for it and we're coming back.
Frank and Sam were excited for Daniel's return?
I'm more excited by his t-shirt.
Yeah.
Big news. It's going to be a tough fight, a good fight, quality fight. Everybody's going to love it when they hear it. It's a big, big fight.
Yeah.
Daniel, you're excited?
No, I'm 100% ready to go.
The heavyweight division has been shaken by the confirmation of Moses Itauma versus Daniel Dubois, and the reactions across boxing show why. This isn't just another fight, it's a collision between the sport's brightest prodigy and a man still searching for redemption. If Itauma wins, he proves that age is just a number, and that skill, speed, and composure can crush brute force. He instantly steps out of the prospect tag and into genuine world-level contender status. If Dubois shocks the world, it buys him time, a second chance to rebuild his fragile reputation, but the doubts will linger. Can he truly stand tall when it matters? Mentally, Itauma looks stronger. He embraces the pressure and sees opportunity. Dubois talks about excitement, but it sounds like hope, not conviction. Fans, analysts, and fighters alike are split, but the energy is undeniable. The future of the heavyweight division is on the line. Youth versus experience. Hunger versus desperation, composure versus fragility. So who are you backing? Moses Itauma, the fearless prodigy, or Daniel Dubois, the man desperate for redemption? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is the debate shaking boxing right now.